Good morning, everybody. Just had a great meeting with Natalie Davidson, and she kind of rocked my mind. She kind of reset my views on certain things. And I had to share this quote that I put into the beginning of, or the title of this Facebook Live was about her, and it was about Natalie. And she said that who you are is not a democracy. And I thought it was such a beautiful way to express with my Facebook Live, sorry. I can't figure this out. Yeah, done. Yeah, there we go. And sorry, it took me a while to figure this out. Hi, Leslie. And hi, Justina. I hope you checked out Marianne Williamson. She's amazing. She's written a nice book, by the way, Marianne Williamson, From Tears to Triumph. It's certainly worth a read. Hi, Natalie. Thank you so much for coffee this morning. I couldn't stop myself. I know I'm stealing your tagline. Who you are is not a democracy. And I cannot stop thinking about this. Who you are is not a democracy. And recently, I had this experience with one of my friends who basically tore me apart a few nights ago by telling me that, I behaved like God and that I was traveling the world, I was privileged, I was this old guy, and that, I read all these books and I think I know more than everybody else. And hi, Nicole. And it was one thing after the next, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And it really upset me, and I got mad at him. And I set boundaries. And I have to admit that, and he called me out that I was mad, and I said, yeah, I'm mad. And I didn't tell him that, but I realized that I was mad, and I hate losing my cool. And this really upset me. And I didn't sleep well that night, and I woke up in the morning, and went to my coffee at Duo here downstairs. I'm at Kuma right now, but I was Duo. And this nice lady, nice young woman, her name is Arrow, and I asked for my double espresso with a smiley face like I usually do. It's my mechanic. I do it automatically. I go back to everything's automatic with me. Automaticity keeps you from failing, absolutely. And I asked for my double espresso with a smiley face, and when she delivered it, she says, I put extra love in it, and I put an extra smile in it. Now, she continues, I know you don't need it because you're always positive, you're always full of love, you're always smiling. And I said, thank you, but it flew right over my head. Like that compliment just flew over my head. I just didn't register at the moment what she had said because all I could think about was the night before. So I sat down, drank my coffee, my tea, and I started to journal about how mad I was and how I felt and why did I feel that way. And I continued down my mechanics, which I go down to my days and what marked me and what didn't mark me. And I got to Arrow and I got to her comment. And I thought, oh my God, I just missed it. I spent so much time in the negative comments that I received that I forgot about the positive comments that I received. I spent so much time in fear, in desperation, or in depression that I forgot about the good comment. And that's what we do. And Natalie Davidson today reminded me that who you are is not a democracy. It's not up for a vote. Who you are is not up for a vote. What we do is we actually seek votes and we weigh the votes. We weigh the votes, negative votes of who we are, our character, more heavily than we weigh the votes of who we are, or great things, that I'm positive, that I'm happy, that I have a smile on my face. We weigh that less. So it's not a democracy. We don't weigh the votes the same way. And as Natalie pointed out this morning, it's not even up to anybody except ourselves who we are. Yeah. but we leave it up to the votes of the people who hurt us the most, right? It's the people who actually weigh on us, that steal our lives, right? That take our power away, that we give our power to. The irony of life. So I went back to the office. Actually, I went back to Arrow and I thanked her. I gave her a little card that says she was beautiful. I have these little cards that I give out. And I thanked her very much. And I walked to the office and then I went to see my other friend, Shelly. And then Shelly basically told me the same thing as Natalie. So, and I thought, okay, how do I get out of this slump? And I went back to my mechanics. I went back to yoga. I went back to exercise to get rid of that narrative, to get rid of that little voices that I gave away my power to someone, right? Not being known to them. It's all within my power to give that power. And then I felt great. And that's the power of habits. The power of habits, which I've learned from Robin Sharma, the power of habits, the power of mechanics, going through your life with automaticity, right? Is that you wake up, you do your exercise, no matter what. You go to your coffee shop, you ask for a double espresso with a smiley face. So, and then you go see amazing friends. And these mechanics, these things that you do by habit, because these are my habits, your journal reminds you and gets you back into who you are, back into alignment, back into where you need to be today, right? And that's the power of habits. That's the power of working out at a certain time, going to yoga or going to third degree or going to the Y. It doesn't matter what you do. Exercise is important, not for your physical health. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking for your mental health. I'm talking for becoming the best person you can ever be, because life is tough. And we give away our powers by our surroundings, by the news that we see, by the negative people that we have in our lives, and we let them get to us. And we need our automaticity. We need our habits in order to remind us of who we are, in order to remind us of how we're going to come back to ourselves, how we're going to go back to our alignment, how we're going to come back to becoming the best expressions of ourselves, right? Because nothing, absolutely nothing is created out of fear. Nothing is created out of fear. You create when you can dissociate yourself from your fear and you get into this state of creativity, of the best expressions of yourself, either through words or through movement or through your creative art. And that's what you have to be. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to remove negative people from your life. Sometimes it's more difficult because they're closer to you. And sometimes they come in, they were not negative, but all of a sudden they are. You have to set boundaries. You have to have automaticity in your life so you get back into it as soon as you can. And that's what differentiates people like, I don't know, Wayne Gretzky or even Elon Musk or Marianne Williamson or like all these great people. They get back into their flow immediately, right? Immediately. Right? Interesting. I was watching this, and I'm not a big fan of Tiger Woods, but, you know, he has done some great things. He's done some bad things too. But yesterday I saw a little video and clip on him being attacked by all these newscasters of he was done, he should retire. And you just sat there and listened to all of them. What this guy has that we do not have is that he understands the power of being the best expression of himself, and he just doesn't pay attention to the negative lives. And there's an old saying that I say all the time is pay more attention to positiveness than negativeness. But my God, if you can figure that out, let me know how you do it, because I can't. I cannot do that. It gets back to me. So the only way I can get out of it is to have amazing habits, automaticity, and amazing friends. Yeah. Thank you so much, Natalie. You're a great friend. And keep in mind that who you are is not up for a vote. Who you are is not a democracy, right? Make sure that when you ask people, if you're gonna ask one person, ask 15. At least you'll get an unbiased view of who you are. a more selected view of who you are. But make sure you listen to who you are inside of you. And it doesn't matter if people say you shouldn't do yoga because it's not artistic, or maybe you're trying to find yourself. It doesn't really matter what people think. It matters how you feel and who you are. Thank you guys for chiming in. I hope you have a great morning. So far my days is going pretty good. Thank you.